What is up, everyone? Welcome to a Q&A video. The second one, as a matter of fact. The first one I've done in 6 months. That's when the last one was. And that one was more special because that was 50 subs. This one's just kind of, just because. I'm bored. I want to do a Q&A, although that's kind of a shitty excuse, but as you can see in my situation, not a whole lot going on, so I figured let's do a Q&A. So I tweeted out, hey, doing a Q&A, ask me some questions. I got some really good ones, and of course my man Josh, he bombarded me with questions. I mean that in a nice way. I appreciate it, all right? I appreciate everything you do, so don't take that bad. I'm not getting mad for it. It's a good way, good bombardment. Believe it or not, there's good bombardments. So we're gonna go through these. I'm gonna answer them all, and just like last time I did it, I have them all written down on a notebook because I do not have the tools or essentials to make a proper Q&A where I put the tweet on the screen and read it from my phone. So I have to do it the old school way, but that's okay because we improvise and we adapt and we overcome and we get stuff done because we're not. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking, and we're gonna get into this Q&A after the banging intro. Alright, I'm gonna take my notebook here, and we're gonna read each question. First one is coming from Joey De Palma. He says, which is best, eating Flintstones vitamin gummies, eating Flintstones vitamin tablets, or crushing them up and snorting them? Well, Joey, here's how I look at it, right? I mean, I know that's not, crushing and snorting them up is not bad because it's not like you're doing drugs, but it gives off the resemblance of doing drugs. So I wouldn't really condone doing that way. So if I were to say which one's best, I would have to say crush them up and snort them. Go get that bread, son. Next one comes from, I think I'm pronouncing it, Cheyenne. Yeah, if I said your name wrong, I'm totally sorry. She asked, goals for 2019. So I've been kind of thinking about this one, right? What are my goals for 2019? Well, I have a few in mind. I don't have a full, script rundown of what I want to do. But when we go into 2019, which is literally a week or so away, god dang, time is flying. It'll be the new year, and I'll still be here, so I can't really do much. But when I get back home, that's when we're kicking it into overdrive, right? So some of my goals, right? Want to get a PC set up. That's been my #1 goal for a couple years now. Well, actually, longer than that. But I've just kind of recently, like a year or so ago, really been wanting to do it. So definitely get that. Get the Twitch rolling up because I have a Twitch account, just don't use it. But that's going to change because I want to get that going. Making gaming videos on YouTube because I've only done maybe a few with help, of course. But I want to be able to do it on my own, right? I want to be able to do it, figure out, how the parts work and, figuring out all the softwares and stuff so I can do it myself. So, those are really the big ones right there. I just kind of get the whole streaming, content creating thing going. Not content creating going, but going even farther, doing more than what I do now. So those are the big goals for 2019. It's actually a great question. I like when people ask me that question because I've always thought about it, and right now those are the main goals. And there's also little ones like going to school, get an education, all that. The common stuff that common people answer when you ask them what their goals are. So those are my main 3 right there, big ones. Next one is from Papa Ginzo Bells, and he goes, does it G Fuel? Yes, which was followed by my boy Avidity, does it indeed G Fuel? Yes, which he then asked, where's the child support? Look, my guy, your boy has been on the struggle bus, right? I'm not going to get into too much detail of why, but it's been a struggle. So when I get the money, I'll get it to you. I promise. I know I'm like late by probably like a few years, but just have patience. I'll get it to you somehow. All right. I'll figure it out. I always do. I always do. Next couple of questions come from my homegirl, Lindsay. First one is, do you like Choco Tacos? Never had them, but just by this name, they sound like they would be amazing. I would probably enjoy them. I mean, maybe sometime we just got to get together and have Choco Tacos. You know, you, the hubby, and I, we just eat Choco Tacos. I'd be down for it. They sound great. Next one is, do you miss the piggies? Yes and no. Yes, because you know, most days, actually, it was probably about every day, every other day or so, every few days. They were kind of like, I guess, the highlight of my day, because it was always nice to see them walk up and they'd run up, or more like, I don't know, do this little like waddle thing they do, what, run up, you know, pet them, talk to them and stuff, and it was pretty cool. But most days I don't miss them, because if you've never worked hogs before, they suck some days. Like, you really just want to, but you can't, because it's abuse, and I don't condone it. Don't do it. If you do it, I'm gonna beat that ass. I'm just saying right now. Let's get that cleared out of the way. But actually, for the most part, I do miss them. I do. I call them my kids. That's what I referred to them as, was my kids. Even when they were this big and 300 pounds, I still call them kids, because I was taller than them. They may be wider than me, but I'm taller than them, and smart sometimes. Next one is coming from my boy Disc. He goes, when we fight him, boy, you do not want this smoke. You do not want this smoke. You do not want this fuego, my guy, right? I am like a crazy typhoon. I am like freaking Godzilla hyped up on a pitcher of G Fuel. I will bring down the fire on you, my guy. I will crush you. I will make you wish you didn't catch these hands, my guy. Next question, actually, next couple questions, excuse me, come from Ghostly Marine. First one is, how did you join hashtag Niplet Gang? I really don't know. I really don't know. We were just chatting one day, and next thing you know, we're talking about stealing niplets and taking them by the boatloads and calling me the niplet daddy. And then I got promoted to a priest to spread the word of the niplet. I don't know. I mean, it just all happened so fast. I really didn't have time to, like, you know, really think about it and just like develop it. It just kind of happened. So I guess, long story short, I just got thrown into it without even thinking about it. So yeah, hashtag Niplet Gang. And his next question is, have you played any of the Ace Combat games? If so, which is your favorite? Unfortunately, I have not. The only, I guess, flying simulator game I've ever really played was Ace Combat, or not Ace Combat, I'm sorry, Crimson Skies on the OG Xbox. That was the only one I played, but they do look good. I've seen some of the Ace Combats. I know there's a new one coming out. It looks pretty good. I might give it a shot. I'm trying to expand my horizons on games instead of just playing my usual first-person shooters. Like, you know, besides them, I'm trying to like racing games. I mean, all types of other games. You know, I'm trying to expand my horizons, because for the longest time I've always been kind of stuck in that little bubble of just sticking to one thing and not really traversing out. So when it comes out, I might give it a shot. It does look fun. I mean, I have nothing against flying simulator games. I've played them, like I said, Crimson Skies. I've played them. But that's really the only one I played. I mean, I've played some that are like in a game, kind of like, say, like Call of Duty, that are in the game, but like in a full-on flight simulator, no, I haven't played any of the Ace Combats. But I will gladly give it a shot. It looks fun. It really does. I mean, I don't mind games like that at all. Not one bit. Hey, and for the favorite part of the video, the 50+ questions that my boy Josh dropped to me. I'm kidding. Don't leave. I'm kidding. It's only like 20. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that many. It really isn't. And they're pretty simple. They're not like, you know, complex questions. So we're gonna hop right into these, my boy. First one is, what is something everyone looks stupid doing? I already know that majority of y'all are gonna know this. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to think about it, but I bet you already know. Time's up. The one thing that people do that looks stupid is doing Fortnite dances in public. Let me explain something. I'm a pretty non-opinionated guy, right? I usually just kind of like keep my thoughts to myself. If I see some bullshit, right, I usually don't say too much about it. But I'm gonna say this: I don't care how old you are. If you are in public doing Fortnite dances on a game that's meant to like appease children, and you're like a full-grown adult, I'm not violent, but I may drop kick you and run away fast enough that you don't see it was me. But you might, because I'm not that fast of a runner. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to drop kicking you. But honestly, to like 100% truth, that is one of the things I find that people do stupid, is like be out in public doing Fortnite dances. I mean, that's really not cool. Like, that might, that might please freaking little Timmy who's laughing at you, but then you got some dude or chick next to you that's the same age who's looking at you like you're a complete moron. I don't know, it's just super cringe. And it's even really more cringe when you don't know how to do them. I mean, either way, it's cringe whether you do or not, but if you don't know how to do them, you kind of look like a fish flopping out of water, but you're on two legs and you can breathe and land. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of you probably agree with me. Some of you might find this video and you might call me a hater or get mad, which is completely fine. You got your opinions, I got mine. It's totally cool. So that is one thing I think everyone looks stupid doing, is Fortnite dances. Whether it's at an actual event or just in public. Just looks stupid. I'm sorry. That's just, don't hate. Don't hate me for it. Just an opinion. His next question is, if Pokemon were real, what would your starter Pokemon be? That's actually a tough one. Because to be quite honest, from the time I played the games, like I started, of course, I started with the original 151 and I played up to, I think, Black 2. I haven't played the other ones like X and Y, Alpha, Omega, or not Alpha, Omega, Alpha. I think it's like Omega, Ruby, and Alpha, Sapphire. I could be completely wrong. But from that time, when I first started to when I kind of like stopped playing, I kind of enjoyed them all. Like, I always would try all the starters out, but if I had to pick one and only one for my starter out of all of them, it'd have to be Charmander. Because one, in the games, Charmander takes a bit of time, but when you get him or her, it actually was kind of rare if you had a female starter, but it happened. Just God tier power, especially if you got the move Fissure, which its success rate was like slim to none, but when it connected, done. But no, I would pick Charmander because Charmander takes time on the games. Like he takes a little bit of time to like work with and get leveled up, and of course like your first two gyms are Brock and Misty, which are rock and water, which fire type is not really that good against, unless he has Steel Claws, which kind of helps with Brock. But once you get to Misty, you need a little bit more, a couple more Pokemon. Like go get yourself a Pikachu, which you can find in Viridian Forest. If you don't believe me, go try it for yourself. But I have to go with Charmander because, Charizard is a beast, powerhouse, and he can fly too. Even though one of the games I think he can't learn fly, but he's got wings. Pokemon's weird, but it would be Charmander, hands down, 100%. Can't change my mind, Charmander. His next question is, favorite all-time game and why was it great? So I had to think about this one because some of you are gonna think, well, it's Midnight Club 3 because he's always tweeting at Rockstar, which I will be tweeting about. But actually, it's not Midnight Club 3. Now, while I do like the game, it's a very great game, it is not my all-time favorite. My all-time favorite game would have to be... God, that's a tough one. I played so many games. I've really played so many games in my lifetime that I've really enjoyed. It's just kind of hard to really pinpoint it. But if I did have to choose, I think I'd have to go with the Metal Gear Solid series, just because for the plain fact that its storyline, like just like throws a curveball at you, like at every possible chance it gets. Like once you think you have everything figured out, you find out in the next installment that you don't, and then you're just like, what? Like, didn't know that. Like there's curveballs, twists, plot. You name it. Like this series, I've been following it for a long time. Like I've even played the OG games that came out in the 80s only because I had it on a disc when I was like 11, maybe 11 or 12. I think it was with it was MGS3, because they would release the original and then they would drop another one. So like with MGS2 Sons of Liberty, they dropped Substance, which was kind of like an add-on where they added more stuff. Well, then they dropped MGS3, and then they dropped another one called Subsistence, which they added more stuff to it. And one of those was the first two Metal Gear games, which were actually just called Metal Gear. They weren't called Solid. It wasn't until the first game, like the one made in the 90s for the PlayStation 1. But that would be, I know it said he asked favorite game, but I'm going to include all of them just because, I mean, it's the storyline is wild. I mean, you get attached to the characters very well. Great storyline, great mechanics, great weapons to use. Fighting system's great. The boss fights are really entertaining. Not only because they're like really action packed, but also because you get to learn a lot about the character that you're going against. That's what was great about Kojima being with Konami when he made these games, is he made every character like just, I guess in a way, relatable to the person playing. Like there was a character for each character a person could relate with. Like I could relate with one character, somebody could relate with a different character. I mean, you got really enveloped into it. Like you wanted to find out more. Once you got through one game, you're like, oh, what happened next? Which, if you want to find out, you can go to YouTube and look up, the story of Metal Gear Solid and start from the beginning and go all the way to the end. Which I think, in the chronological time order, the end of it all would be, I think, Metal Gear Solid 4, because it originally starts in MGS3. If you go chronological time order. If you go by release date, obviously the 80s was the beginning, but chronologically it starts with the third game. But that's my favorite right there. Metal Gear Solid series. If you haven't played them, go check them out. If you have a 360 or a PS3, you can get like an HD collection that almost has all of them. Like, go do it. If you still have those old consoles, go buy it. I think some you can play backwards compatible on Xbox, so go give it a shot. Trust me, you'll love it. If you've never played it, you will absolutely love it. Question is, what game have you spent the most hours playing on? Well, that's funny because that goes back to the last question. So that would be Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain on Xbox 360. When it originally came out, it came out for 360, I believe PS3, PS4, and Xbox One. I bought it for 360, and I think I ended up spending over 100 hours playing it. And the reason that being is because not only does it have your main missions, but you also have side missions you can do. Now, the only downfall with those is they were kind of repetitive, with the only difference being increased difficulty each time you did it, but it was still fun. But that's where most of the time went into, was doing the side missions. So MGS5 on 360, over 100 hours. His next question is, what color is your hair? Purple, because I'm a feminist. Will we be creating content out of the same house in 2019? Well, man, I mean, I hope so. I really do. I'd like to. I mean, whether we're in the same house or not, I just want to be creating content together in general. But not only with you, Josh, but also with the Yoke Gang. If you don't know about Yoke Gang, you better check yourself. Don't worry, we're not like a criminal organization gang. We're some dudes on Twitter that give each other ideas for content. Support each other. Motivate each other, help each other out. So whether it's with them or Josh or everybody, I don't care. I just want to be creating content with somebody in 2019. I'm not saying all of it's going to be collabs, but I'd like to have a good chunk of it be collabs, because it's great to collab with people. You can bounce ideas off each other. You can basically start something with somebody, build it up. So, but yeah, definitely, I'd love to. Obviously, yeah, hell yeah, would love to. Honestly, with anybody, I'll create content with anybody, and be in the same house too. I don't care. Well, I'd at least have to know you for a while. If you're just some random, you just come move in, it'd be kind of weird. Cause I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know if they're good or bad. I ain't about to risk nothing. So get out of my dang house. Next question he has is, are you a cat or dog person? Honestly, I'm both. I've grown up with animals my whole life, except for now, and when I was on my own, living on my own. But growing up, I've had cats and dogs, and I've come to love both of them. They all have their pros and cons, but that's okay because I myself am a huge animal lover, and I will take a cat or a dog or both. That's fine. I'll take either one. So I'm gonna go with both. The next question is, are you stoked for me to drop 3 music videos? And he plugged himself. It was probably shamelessly, but damn you, Josh. Damn you. But no, I am. I'm really excited. I won't go into too much detail, but basically Josh has been working with a dude in his area. He's a rapper from the area making music videos. Or for what he said, 3 of them, so I'm actually really excited. I've checked out his music before. He's really good. I think he's gonna go places. He's got good flow, good beats. I mean, he throws it down. He does really good. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to those. Really am. So the minute you drop those, I mean, I'm gonna know you do because I got your notice on. But hit me up and tell me when you drop them so I can get to it and check them out. So yeah, definitely looking forward to those. Next question is, can you make the Infinity Gauntlet out of G Fuel? I mean, probably. I don't remember all the colors of the Infinities of the stones, but I'm sure there's a G Fuel flavor for each one. Hey, there's a future G Fuel episode for you, bud. Try it out. Look up all the colors for the stones on the gauntlet. Get the G Fuel flavors. Put them in the blender like we did for episode 50, man. And tell me how it is. Do it on camera. That's a great idea, Josh. I think you should do that. Y'all should hit the like button if you want Josh to create the Gauntlet G Fuel flavor. We'll call it that. We'll call it the Gauntlet G Fuel. I think that's a good idea. Next question is, should our military invest in purchasing an Infinity Gauntlet? Well, to be realistic, that is highly, highly impossible to do. But if it were possible, can you imagine all the wars we could stop if we were like, yo, look, if y'all don't quit messing around, I'm gonna take this glove and with a snap of a finger, I'm about to wipe half of y'all out. I'm telling you, you threaten people with that, no more wars. Everybody would get along because they don't know if they would be one of the half, be the one person in that half of the population to go. So like, no, I ain't about that. So yeah, if it were possible, I would say yeah, as long as the person or persons, investing in it aren't power hungry, evil morons. But totally, you could stop a lot of stuff with that. You could stop wars. You could stop a lot of things with that just by like, yo, I got this glove. I snap my finger right now. That's it. I'll probably go too, so I ain't worried about it. But sure, why not? Why not? Next one, PlayStation or Xbox? Again, just like the cat or dog one, I'm both. I have both PlayStation and Xbox. They both have their pros and cons. I will. The one thing I will say is I'll give Xbox a lot of credit because they have a lot of backwards compatible games to play. PlayStation has a few, but Xbox has like almost its whole collection. For 360, maybe not for OG Xbox. I know they have a few, but not like the whole thing. But like for 360 wise, they have about just every game you can think of. So I'll give Xbox that, but I will give PlayStation the fact that, of course, want exclusivity, which I really don't agree with, but I mean, it's whatever. So they have exclusivity, and they do have some really great games itself. So, but overall, I am both. I like both consoles. I mean, I don't have a favorite. I'm not a part of the console war. I really don't care. I'll play either Xbox or PlayStation. It don't matter to me. I mean, I grew up with both consoles, so I really don't care. I like them both. They're great. Awesome consoles. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would play them. Next question is, what's your cure for the hiccups? Really don't have one. it kind of just, they come and go. Like I know I'll have them, but like I just kind of forget about it, and then eventually it just goes away. I've heard, the other tactics like holding your breath or drinking water or getting scared, which do work sometimes, but honestly for me, I find just ignoring them really helps. It helps me forget about it. So I guess just try ignoring it. That's about all I can tell you. What is your most and least anticipated new flavors that you haven't tried? So I actually numbered these out before I did this, and I actually, Josh, I did throw in Twisted Candy because you forgot that one, so I threw that in there. So I'm gonna start. So the first one I'm really, really, really wanting to try is Black on Blackberry, because I like G Fuel flavors that are, flavored after berries. Even phase berry, even though it's not the top, it's there. But definitely Black on Blackberry. It looks like it's gonna be really good. I have high hopes for that being an amazing flavor and not being a complete letdown. So definitely Black on Blackberry is number one. Number two is gonna be the Blue Chug Rug. Again, just like the first one, it's based off of blue raspberry. I like anything berry flavored. And it's gonna have that little sour hint, kind of like sour cherry, which I actually have right here. Actually, wait, that is cherry limeade. Ignore that. So, yeah, Blue Chug Rug is gonna be second. It looks really good. I think it's gonna be promising. Third is going to be Twisted Candy. Not gonna lie, it's mainly just because it's inspired by TK, and y'all know I'm a TK fan. Even though I really haven't been shown the love lately, but still at heart, I'm a TK fan through and through. No matter what they do, right now, team-wise, they really just don't have anything going on. But I'm always gonna be supportive, with everything they do, even with their freaking Fortnite team. Ugh, hate saying that word. I'll still be supportive through and through. I'll always be a TK fan. So, but I think that'll be good too. I mean, I'm expecting it to be sweet tasting. I would hope so. I mean, candy sweet. So that'll be number three. Number four is going to be cotton candy, because don't get me wrong, I like cotton candy, but it's not something I could constantly have. See, that's the thing that I look in these flavors. If there's a flavor that I really like and I can constantly have, it's going to hold a higher spot, like, grape and all that, pink lemonade. If it tastes really good and I know I'm going to have it a lot, it's going to hold a high spot. If it tastes good, but it's not something I could see myself having a whole lot, it's going to place lower. That's why cotton candy's at fourth, because like I like cotton candy. I mean, so I'm hoping it tastes like what I think it's going to taste like, but I just don't see me having it, on a daily basis or every other day. So that's going to be number four. And number five, he also put down a possibility of birthday cake. If you don't know, Roman Atwood has been hinting at a birthday cake flavor, G Fuel, since he's now with them. So that's number five, because here's why. And here's the weird thing about me, right? I love birthday cake. Like, birthday cake. Like, you come up to me and you're like, hey, you want to eat some birthday cake? I'm like, give me 2 pieces. Actually, wait, you know what? Get me a third one so I don't have to go back. Like, that's how much I like birthday cake. But like birthday cake, like ice cream, birthday cake Oreo cookies, birthday cake vodka, which is a real thing. It's real. I've had it. I've had a bad night off it, but I'm not going into it. So anything like birthday cake flavored is a no-go for me. Like, I can't, because like for example, birthday cake ice cream, I've had it before, and when I eat birthday cake ice cream, I can feel all the sugar just like eating away at my gums and my teeth. Like, it is just sugary. I mean, full on just, and then it's got the little like sprinkles in it. Like, I think that's what it is. It's supposed to be sprinkles. That to me tastes weird. I don't know. Like I said, it's weird. Like, I like actual birthday cake. Like, you go to a bakery, you get a birthday cake. I love that. But anything flavored in birthday cake, I can't eat it. Like, just like seeing something birthday cake flavored, it almost makes me sick. But not as sick as Fireball whiskey. That makes me really sick. So that's my, those are from first being really, I'm really looking forward to it, to last to not so much. That's my order: Black on Blackberry, Blue Chug Rug, Twisted Candy, Cotton Candy, and possibly birthday cake. To be honest, I hope they don't make it, but I'm sure they will. So that's my order. And his last question, when's the big return? When is the big return? I figured that was going to come up because I figured some of y'all are probably going to know. A lot of y'all probably don't care, but that's completely fine. I'm going to tell y'all anyway because you're here watching this video. So sit down, sit back, eat your snacks. I'm about to tell you some facts. I think I just made a rhyme and didn't realize it. I'm that good. So basically, here's what we're looking at, right? I'm stuck out here in the sandbox till about late June, like June 27th. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be leaving here to go straight back home. So here's how it works in the military. When you go to deploy, and then when you redeploy, which is not actually what it sounds like. When I first heard, I thought it meant like, you know, redeploying, like staying overseas. But no, in military terminology, redeploying means going back, you know, going over stateside. So when you get ready to do either deploy or redeploy, you have to go through what's called mobilization and demobilization, which means you have to go to a certain base somewhere. So for me, it was in Texas, and you have to go somewhere, go through this whole process, you know, screenings, yada, 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 get your stuff, the whole 9 yards. And that's for when you get ready to come over. Now, when you get ready to go back, you do the same thing, but it's called demob. So you basically have to like turn all your stuff, do the screenings again, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, depending on what you do when you're overseas, it kind of depends on how long it takes. So we're expecting to be here till June 27th. So I could be being home anywhere between like the 1st and 2nd week of July, maybe. Which in that case, when I do get back, I do kind of plan on chilling for a while, not really hopping right into making content, just to kind of like transition, you know, back to what we would call civilian life. So, I would say late July, early August, maybe. I don't know. I've kind of been talking, but I've been talking to Josh on the back, and I want to do something special for when I come back. I want to make just a banger of a video when I come back. So be on the lookout for that. We got a couple last minute questions. Actually, not last minute, but I kept the tweet up for a few days just to let people get a chance to, you know, throw in their questions. So last couple of questions I have. First one comes from Amber, which is Josh's girlfriend. So yeah, thanks for dropping a question. And she asked, what Pop Funko should Amber buy next? Which is actually funny you asked that, because before making this video, I was scrolling through Twitter. Apparently they're going to be releasing a Toucan Sam Pop Funko. So there you go. Easy like that. Toucan Sam. From the Fruit Loop Toucan Sam with the rainbow bill. That guy. Buy him. Next question. This one comes from my boy Riss. He says, what is the least funny meme of the year? Now, that one is kind of tough to answer, and here's why. Because, you know, there's always a new meme out all the time. Like, you see one meme drop, you turn your head, next minute there's another one. I don't know how they drop so fast or who comes up with these, but they just like that. So the reason why that one's tough to answer is because, one, when a meme drops, people basically just abuse the hell out of it. So it loses its comedic value easily. But I do have an answer for that. The least funny meme, in my opinion, is the surprise Pikachu meme. And now I've seen plenty of memes in my time. I've seen some that are pretty funny, and honestly, if you want my opinion, a lot of these memes lately aren't really funny. I mean, I don't know, maybe my sense of humor is different now that I'm older, but the surprise Pikachu meme is definitely not funny. Not funny at all. I mean, it has been abused left and right. I mean, now, if you don't know this, meme videos are popular on YouTube. I watch them all the time. Some of them are funny, some not so much. But let me tell you this, when you watch a meme video and you see a surprise Pikachu meme in there like 6 times, to me, that's like, you just need you're just burning extra time because you can't find any funny memes. And I do not find that meme funny at all, I'm sorry. Even when it's in high res, you know, I don't find it funny whatsoever. So that's that's my opinion, the least funny meme is the Surprise Pikachu meme, which has been just brutally abused. Like, when it first dropped, it was like every tweet, every meme video, you name it, every post, it was Surprise Pikachu meme everywhere. And, you know, I like my man Pikachu, but y'all abused the hell out of him. Poor guy. Didn't even see it coming. I think that is all the questions I have. So, thank you guys for sitting down and enjoying this Q&A, this extremely long Q&A as I look at the counter. As of right now, it is at 37 minutes and 16 seconds. Hopefully it'll be shorter when I edit it and cut it up a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A video I did. Will I be doing more videos in the future while I'm here? More than likely. Not really what I'm used to back home, just because of my area. I mean, hell, even doing this is kind of not risky, but just because I'm surrounded by people and, you know, we're supposed to be quiet all the time. Even though I hear other people banging around, but it's whatever. Those are other people. I'm not the people. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you are brand new. Share this with your friends. You tell them to subscribe. And make them tell me that you brought them here. And all, but that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Everybody's welcome. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't know when, but I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.